going into night 2, like what were you feeling as far as like the way the direction was going to go versus like how things ended up turning out?
So night two, if you remember correctly, when we made our predictions, my prediction was that they were gonna lose night one.
Mm.
Um, it to me it just made sense. You don't want Cody Rhodes to have a big advantage. You know what I mean? You want Cody Rhodes to be a disadvantage because this is supposed to set tone. This is supposed to set the story for his next endeavor is WWE champion.
Hey,
The WWE, the WWE champion. You don't want the story to be ended so easily. You know what I mean? You want drama. You want chaos. So what way better to have a than have a born match in WWE in the first night one and have a roller coaster of a match in night two. It just made sense. But I had no idea how much of a roller coaster it was gonna be.
All right, let's get into it then. So, night 2 main event, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. Cody has literally every disadvantage put in front of him. And Trev, we get Jimmy Uso coming out to stop Cody from hitting the crossroads on Roman 3 times. Jimmy Uso gets taken out by his brother Jay, who confronts him. And did you see the dive that they took off the
Yeah,
stage?
that was a hell of a dive. Again, I wasn't there. How close were you to the stage?
I wasn't there that night.
No, I mean, well, night one when you were there, how high was the stage?
The stage was fairly high. I could see,
Okay,
I was on the opposite side of the stage. So
gotcha.
like so I could see it, and it was pretty visible to me.
It looked to me about a 6 foot dive.
Yeah, I mean, may have been, but it was it looked like a hell of a dive on TV for sure. The automatic thing in my head, like I went to like Game of Thrones, and it reminded me of for those of you who have seen the show in the
Spoiler
series.
alert.
Massive spoiler alert if you haven't seen the show. Don't actually, no, I'm not spoiling it for you. If you haven't watched Game of Thrones at this point, don't watch it. Season 8 ruins it. Horrible. But at the end of season 8, there's 2 brothers who basically throw each other off to their deaths because they've spent their entire lives fighting, and it was like very reminiscent of Clegane Bowl from Game of Thrones. So
Pretty much.
yeah, that was
Pretty much.
a great shout. But great, we saw that. So Jay gets involved, takes out Jimmy. Then Trev, we get Solo Sikoa doing exactly what he did last year, like
Yep.
taking that big Samoan spike of his, bam, right to Cody's throat.
And then a old too familiar song comes up.
Whoa, 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 don't. We gotta wait, make the people wait a little bit.
Oh, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just
But then Solo and Roman do the double combo, the Samoan spike and the spear at the same time, and
I
everyone
will
thinks
say
it's
the
over.
pace of this match was perfect. Actually, it was perfect. I thought the pace, I thought the chemistry of Roman and Cody was very well displayed. I thought it was a better match than last year's. Actually, and last year's was a great match. Thought it was a little better. I mean, it was a lot of interference, which we expected, but it was a good match. The pacing went well, and the camaraderie and the went well as well.
Yeah, I think like this was very similar to a lot of Roman's matches, which is a lot of spectacle, like good wrestling in parts, but mostly spectacle, bloodline interference, and like telling
Of
that
course,
story, which is fine. Like that's what the character and the story is. But we have Cody, at this disadvantage. He takes the spear, he takes the spike. Everyone thinks it's over. 1, 2, and the biggest baby face of all time kicks out,
yep.
and crowd goes mental, just eating it up. with Roman just like sitting there like, what the hell do I have to do to put this guy away? And then, Trevor, we hear out of nowhere, John Cena comes back. Reaction when Cena came through.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I was not expecting Cena. The thing is, they were pretty good about the surprises, the hush hush of Cena. Like I knew he was there during the weekend. I did not know he was there the entire weekend. Um, so because a lot of people were thinking that Stone Cold was gonna have something to do with it because he was supposed to be there that weekend, this weekend. So yeah, that was a surprise, but it's not really a surprise because he has beef with Solo Sikoa. So he, the unseen man, the invisible man, comes down and in typical John Cena fashion, incites the crowd. The crowd was mental. The crowd went off, and he takes the fight to Solo Sikoa. They go outside. Wonderful AAA through the table.
And then, Trevor, things got electrifying because
Absolutely.
immediately after Cena put Solo through the table, we hear The Rock's music play, and
The
he's
final
cussing
boss.
up a hurricane, basically. No pun intended. Shout out to the University of Miami.
Oh, if you guys hear my dog, we have maintenance men outside.
Oh, it's all good. We can't hear nothing. But you know what we did hear? We heard 70,000 people plus electrifying Lincoln Financial Field, brother. The the pop that The Rock got when he came out was insane. He the crowd went nuts, and then we got the moment, Trev. Cena, Rock, middle of the ring, doing the little look one way, look the other.
Look one way. Yep. That was a great moment. That really was a good moment. Like I said, this match did a lot of good fanfare. It wasn't over the top fanfare. It was just enough, And like I said, the pacing was perfect.
Yeah. I mean, that moment too, that moment of The Rock and Cena, like it was almost reminiscent of Hogan and, The Rock when they did their little stare down, right? It's
Absolutely.
immediately what
Hmm.
they were going for.
It was perfect. It was perfect for a anniversary, which is the 40 years of WrestleMania. It was perfect.
For sure. So we get that. The Rock takes out Cena, again cussing up a storm. And then we get something, Trevor, where you and I need to talk about.
We definitely need to talk about this because I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
All right. So The Rock taking out Cena. He's got the belt and he's like beating down Cody Rhodes. He's yelling at Mama Rhodes too. Oh my God, poor Mama Rhodes getting berated by Dwayne Johnson.
Both nights.
Both nights. All right, Trevor. So The Rock looks like he's about to take down Cody,
And
and then Triple H just says, "All right." He's like, oh, y'all got Adam. He's looking at over AEW. Y'all got Adam Copeland. Y'all got Brian. Y'all got, who I still got? Come out here, Teddy. Undertaker.
we got the Taker.
We got
You know
the
what
gong.
it felt like? It felt like that the Avengers movie, but they're like, we have this. Well, we have a Hulk.
Yep, that's what it was. Trevor, we knew that this was going to be, Avengers Assemble-esque, like defeating
Of
Thanos,
course,
all that kind of stuff, right? I will say this. Everyone's involvement in this match made sense. For my view, Jay made sense. Cena made
Yep.
sense because he has beef with both Roman. Because Roman,
Yep.
remember, at was it SummerSlam 2021? He
Hmm.
defeated Cena for the belt, and then Solo Sikoa
Hmm.
at what was it, Crown Jewel or something recently.
Yeah, Crown Jewel, something like that. Yeah, I
Like,
didn't really watch it, but I saw the reviews of it. I didn't watch the match, of
yeah, so
course.
like they have history there. So those two made sense, and I was like, all right, hypothetically, who else could it be? Stone Cold would have made a lot of sense because he obviously has a history with The Rock. He doesn't necessarily have with the bloodline, but he's like The
The Rock,
Rock's main
definitely.
rival.
I was thinking, a lot of people thought Dustin Rhodes, Cody's brother. A
He
lot
was
of people
there.
thought
He,
that
he was there.
he was there. He actually was. Him and Ricky Starks were both there.
Well, Ricky, we all know why Ricky's there. Ricky's like, all right, I like these duds. I can't wait. Give me 6 months, Hunter. Give me 6 months.
I like this place. You know what? I might have to come back. Um, but yeah, like it was a complete surprise to see the lights go off and hear that all too familiar tone. Like it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I don't really know. I mean, unless you can figure out the correlation of, I mean, yeah, him and Rock have had many feuds. I mean, they were also once on the same side. So
Well, do you want to really know what you want? You want to know what the real answer is? And for my view,
yeah,
WWE said we are going to get a massive pop, and we
absolutely.
like I think the one of the things like we need to the lens we probably should view this from a business standpoint is like kind of like the Marvel lens, which is like
Right, right.
the correlation and all that kind of stuff doesn't really matter when we can create these like cool big moments with our internet or intellectual properties. So like for example, Miss Marvel just coming in being like, yeah, all right, Tony Stark is saved now.
Right, right.
Did it make sense in the story? No, it just happened, and
It was,
everyone was
but
like,
it was fun.
yeah,
It was definitely fun.
exactly. People are geeking out about it. Doctor Strange, everyone comes back to life. Boom. All right, like it's wrestling. I was I would have much preferred it have been, all of Roman's like past mistakes, for lack of a better term, like everyone he screwed over for the belt comes out
Right.
and
It
and,
would have
and does
made
that.
sense for like, and that's why. Well, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself, but it would have made sense for like guys like they like you said, like either Randy Orton or Kevin Owens or guys like that, or even LA Knight, whatever have you. But it was like I said again, it was fun, but it didn't make a lot of sense. But I honestly don't believe, like to piggyback on what you said, since it was a business standpoint, I honestly don't believe WrestleMania 40, you're throwing all the stops out. Sense is not something they were trying to make.
Well, I mean, they kind of were, and then they were just like, I think this is like just where WWE is, right? They're in the Endeavor era, and like this entire show, it was very clear from the beginning that they were trying to get across that Vince is gone. This is the Triple H era. Like,
Yep.
and I think the main event and what happened afterwards was probably the biggest, example of that. So Taker comes out and we don't know what happened. He just grabs The Rock and I'm assuming he drags him to hell to go shoot another movie. Um, I think that's the reason I'm going with, at least.
Yeah, hey, that makes sense to me.
I will say the Taker thing did kind of take me out of it just slightly, but I was like, man, because I was like, oh, okay, they're building up to something, and I was like, nah, this is just too. Now you're just being OP for the sake of being OP. Like,
Pretty much.
yeah,
Pretty
which
much.
is, hey, look, got a massive pop. People went crazy. It did its work. So then it was left between Cody and Roman. Cody reverses a spear, and then we get Cody Rhodes. No, a crossroads. Not once, not twice, but thrice.
Yep, 3 times.
3 times, and finally,
You missed something very, very
oh, what I
important.
miss? What I miss, son?
You missed something very symbiotic. Actually, one of
Go for it.
the better moments of the match, even though the match, like I said, was good. you missed Rock about to deliver a massive belt shot, chair shot to one Cody Rhodes. And
No, no,
oh,
yo, King, you right. Go. I'm an idiot. Go for it.
and this actually was before Undertaker, if I'm not mistaken.
No. This
What was
happened
this
after
after?
Taker. This is after Taker.
That's
You're
right. This
right. You're
happened
right.
after Taker. You're right. You're right. You're right. And a very symbiotic moment if you pay attention to the whole storyline. One Seth Rollins comes out in Shield gear to be what the Shield for Cody Rhodes, and it's funny and kind of poetic from the get go. Seth Rollins said, "I will be your Shield. I will help protect you." And what better way than to come out in Shield gear and technically be the reason Cody Rhodes wins the match. Now, Roman Reigns irate at the fact that Seth Rollins is in the match and has the chance to deliver the champion killer blow to the challenger. He remembers everything that Seth done to him and turns around and goes to bash him with a chair. Doing so gives Cody Rhodes a minute to wipe the cobwebs out, and as my eloquent partner put so beautifully, delivers three crossroads. You see a pin, and if you look very, very close, you see a sigh of a smile come across Roman's face. One, two, three. The streak is over. We have a new era and a new champion.
That Shield thing was really good. There were so many people that were like, "Oh, John Moxley, he's back." I'm
I
like, "Hey,
knew
hey,
John Moxley was not coming.
if they found a way to make that happen the same week AEW is about to like put Punk on blast, it would have been the funniest thing ever."
It'd have been amazing, actually.
CM Punk just sitting there like, "Oh, okay, we're doing this now."
But I don't think I think Moxley's disdain for WWE is a little heavier than CM Punk's was.
Oh no, I can see Mox going back.
I don't see Mox coming back anytime soon, but he could go back.
Well, yeah, I mean his contract is up in like now, like he re-signed for like 5 years, so he's got like I think four or so years left on his deal. But I'm not gonna rule it out. Like I think the important thing to remember, and then it was like again brought up multiple times throughout Mania, was like this is a new era. This is a new era, a new ball game, and a new
Anything
king.
can happen. Anything's possible.
Triple H era, man. Anyway, Cody wins. The faces come out. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, John Cena was celebrating there. It was looking invisible because no one noticed him when he was there. But then in all the highlights, you're like, oh shit, John Cena was there.
That's what was there. You know who else like was kind of like in the background? One LA Knight actually.
Yeah. Here's the interesting thing. So you got Orton, Sammy hoisting him up on their shoulders, celebrating, and you got CM Punk and LA Knight off to the side, like still there doing their thing, like okay. But like everyone's like around Cody, kind of celebrating. Those two are kind of off to the side, just like okay, like we're here, just looking at.
We see you, King.
We see. You. Man, epic moment. I like. Someone asked me like, "Oh, hey, is this like an all-time WrestleMania moment?" I was like, "Yes." This. In fact, Trevor, this might be. This is definitely up there for one of, if not the best ending in Mania history.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And another thing that I thought was actually poetic and a little beautiful was the hug between Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman at the end. If cameras were off, if you didn't see it, it was an absolutely beautiful moment. They hugged under the WrestleMania arches. Um, and honestly, Roman Reigns deserves it. There are so many Roman Reigns fans that hated the ending, that didn't like what happened. The man is the man now. He is the top rung. Like, there are people going to try to beat his record now. There are people going to try to hold the championship high longer than him. You have Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, Roman Reigns. Like, What else can he do? What else could he possibly do?
Well, if you listen to what Triple H had to say in the post show, he said,
Oh yeah,
"You want to know what's next for Roman? Something even bigger."
and I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Absolutely. Cody celebrates though to end things, and then he asks for the mic, and he says there are two people that need to come out here that this would not be possible without. First, he tells Bruce Pritchard to come out,
Yep,
and
it's good to
then
see Brucey.
yep, and then he tells good old Triple H to come out, the king of the new era of WWE. They celebrate. They talk to him. Nick Khan even has made an appearance, and like this was, I think, a very, very not orchestrated. Well, yeah, this was a planned thing, right? Making sure you had, the heads of the new era kind of out there, and like I think this was in a lot of ways Endeavor and TKO putting the stamp of like these are our guys moving forward. Cody, Triple H, Nick Khan, like this trio will define this era of professional wrestling or of WWE. And
Absolutely,
if
yeah,
you
professional wrestling.
noticed, yeah, and professional wrestling, if you noticed, and it was speculated that like WWE moving away from calling this sports entertainment, they're going back to calling it professional wrestling.
And you know what? I love it. I hate it when they dropped the WWF moniker. WWE just sounds so stupid to me. But I I get it and I understand now. But like I love the route professional wrestling is taking, and like and I never thought I'd say this, but it's WWE that is heading the all out assault to bring it back, and it's absolutely amazing. It is. Another sweet little tidbit that I thought was cool was they gave Cody a watch backstage.
Yeah.
Nick Khan, Triple H, and Bruce Pritchard gave a watch to Cody Rhodes. And for those of you out there that don't know the significance of this watch, it was a gold watch. It was one of the first watches Dusty Rhodes ever bought himself, but he pawned it. So Cody Rhodes could go to wrestling school, so he
Acting
could take
school.
lessons.
Acting school.
Acting school, acting school, so he could take lessons. Um, and they got that watch for him. That was a gift from all three of them to him. And like I can only imagine how he felt. I got a gift from my grandfather years ago, and it made me feel absolutely amazing. So I can only imagine how he felt on that big night, being the first Rhodes to ever hold that that prestigious of a belt in WWE, and it's just amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It was a great gesture by those three, and dude, it made everything so much better.
This was, and again, Roman's been champion for a while, and I think this is probably why, but like this is the first like really feel good, like to this level feel good moment in that
Mhm.
WWE's had in a very long time. Like
Oh, absolutely. And I think everybody needed it. This is coming off everything that's happened with WWE, the loss of Bray Wyatt, the defacement of the company by Vince McMahon, all these allegations, all this, everything that's been happening for the past 2, 3 years. This was the moment. And don't get me wrong, Roman Reigns is the like I said before, he's the silver spoon. He is the Michael Jordan of WWE right now. He is. Or LeBron James, what do you want to call him? He is the measuring stick. And he helped get the company to this point. Everything that happened last night was only possible because of Roman Reigns. But now that feel good moment needed to happen. And that wouldn't have happened if you didn't have clean cut babyface Cody Rhodes.
this is been like it was an all time ending. Like I just the fact that we got this such a good feel good ending, and it lived up to the hype, it lived up to the moment, it
Yeah.
lived up to everything that I think fans wanted it to be. we're all like just so happy for Cody too, because like this is someone who's worked his tail off, like be beyond just this current run in WWE, from being from
Absolutely.
Stardust to the American Nightmare to starting AEW to leaving AEW to coming back to WWE to winning back-to-back Rumbles and dealing with crappy Vince McMahon booking to this. Like this is just, man, Cody is the freaking dude.
He literally, and I know some people would not really agree with what I'm about to say, but he helped right the wrongs that the WWF, WWE did to the Rhodes family. He helped see the Rhodes as that royal family that they should be seen as. And it was just a great moment, man. It was. And I can't wait to see what else they do with him.
Yep, yep. We'll see what's next for Cody Rhodes. But man, we all know right now, dude is on cloud nine.